Hey Metal Maniacs, this is Fabio of Secutor, Germany, and you're thrashing it up on Dave Softees Metal Meltdown on Metal Messiah Radio.
Thou stand accused of treason, thou stand accused of murder. Therefore, after thou have been conceived as the author and bearer of the banner of these crimes, thou shalt become a warning example for all that look to thee. Thy blood shall satisfy the law, and thou art hereby sentenced to death. Go!
Alrighty, Metal Maniacs, here we go. Please help me welcome to Metal Messiah Radio, hailing from Germany, joining us from thrash metal band Secutor, one of the original founding members. We have joining us on rhythm guitar, Fabio. Great to have you here on Metal Meltdown. How you doing out there?
Well, I'm doing kind of great right now.
Yeah. How have you been with this? How have you been with this COVID-19 epidemic?
Well, as you can imagine, it's pretty hard for us as individuals. Meeting friends and family is kind of essential in your everyday life, and suddenly you aren't allowed to meet them anymore for a time. It's kind of hard, but I think you have to do the best about it. Stay in contact with your beloved ones, but stay the fuck at home.
Exactly, and thank goodness you have internet and you have phones that you could do that. But unfortunately, you can't be performing, which really sucks, especially if you plan on performing. I know that a lot of bands I've talked to have had cancellations in doing shows, as well as pushing back their CD release dates, and it just messed up the whole world. Really, it's really a shame. But let's talk more about Secutor, and could you please inform the listeners out there on who currently makes up the rest of the band Secutor?
Yeah, it's Fömb. It's his. It's not his real name. He's basically called Florian, and he's the lead guitarist. And my name is Fabio, and I'm the rhythm guitar player. And then we have Dobby. He's the bass player. Moo on drums, and our new singer Peter on the vocals.
Thank you very much. I actually reached out to your former vocalist because I know him from the chat room, and I really haven't kept in touch with him, Bobby Bald. And I asked him, would you like to do an interview? He goes, I haven't been in the band for a year. They have a new vocalist. I have a new band. I says, oh. So I went to the Secutor Facebook, and then I guess I spoke with you or chatted with you about doing the interview. So please accept my apologies for the confusion, and I thank you so much for making this interview possible.
Well, for us, it's no problem. I got asked by my band if I could do it, so I'm sitting here in the living room and doing it with my joggings and stuff. It's kind of easy.
Very good
for us.
I'm glad to hear that. And let's go back into the history of Secutor. How did the band get its name? Who selected Secutor as the band's name?
Well, I think it was a decision made by Dobby, Fömb, and myself. Originally the band name was called Fotzorn, but don't ask me about the meaning of the name. I don't really know. It was before I entered the band. But after we kicked our first singer, back when we were like 16 years old and didn't have any ideas and shit about having a band, we decided to give the band a new name. And Fömb saw a documentary about gladiators back in the days, and he liked the name Secutor. And I think that was the thing about the name.
I like the name, and I want to congratulate you on Secutor's new offering, Axecutiöner. It works well with Secutor especially, and this is out on A Chance for Metal. Now, is this an independent label or distributor, or is this your own label? Because I looked on the Metal Archives, and it looks like there's two bands on this particular A Chance for Metal, so I'm not really sure what this actually is. Could you explain that to us?
Yeah, A Chance for Metal is originally like more into booking and stuff for festivals and concert in our area. We have a venue here, and there is one guy who is the mastermind behind A Chance for Metal and A Chance for Metal Records, and he's doing this stuff with his volunteers and the city, and he's doing it pretty well. And now it is both combined. It's kind of label and distribution as well, but like I said, the focus is more into doing concerts.
I see. So everything with concerts is on hold now, so I wish you the best in the future. Once this COVID-19 is all over with, hopefully everyone can get back on track with that, so and this Axecutiöner is the band's second full offering. It's a really fine follow-up to the 2016 debut Stand Defiant, which also is a very great thrash offering. And let's learn more about Executor. As I said, it's a kick-ass offering. Where was this recorded, mixed, and mastered, and who was responsible for the production?
No, everything we ever recorded was recorded at the Airstream studio here in Koblenz in Germany. This studio is led by Mr. Markus Nöthen, also known as Contra, and he's a great guy with so much experience, and we love working with him when it comes to recording the music.
Very nice. What studio was this done in?
Airstream.
Actually, thank you so much. And could you share with us on how your tunes all come together? Who's responsible for the lyrics and who's responsible for the music? Is it a joint venture, or do you have someone in the band that's better with the words and someone else who's better with the melodies, or do you all work on it together?
It's not easy to tell, I think, but most of the ideas are made by Fömb, our lead guitarist, and Mu, our drummer. They're kind of more like into the masterminds of the band, but we're always willing to get everyone's opinion involved in the process of composing new music. That's why we usually rehearse once a week, usually as well, but to keep the train rolling. But nowadays it's kind of hard. So, but for us, it's always important that every member has its own footprint on every release we do and we did. So it's not a one-man show. That's why we love doing this stuff together.
Very good. That's good to hear. Also, I really love your imagery on your CD cover. I would say it's a pretty sick image. And could you tell us who is responsible for creating the artwork for the offering of Executor's imagery? And also, could you tell us who created the band's logo?
Yeah, of course. The responsibility of the imagery goes out to Timo Börz. He is a great freelancing artist here in Germany who drew the artwork for Executor and Stand Defiant as well. We as a band are always collecting ideas about the artwork and how it should look and what kind of atmosphere we want to deliver to the fans. And that's basically all the information we give this guy. After sending some sketches to us, we always agreed to him with his inspirational drawings. And as you can see, for me, the results are pretty badass.
I would say so. Congratulations on that.
And to come back to our band's logo, the actual idea was my idea, I think, and I draw it on paper. It was a friend of ours who made the graphics on computer afterwards.
Thank you very much for explaining that to us. All right, so continuing, it's great to know that Secutor is a live performing band. I know performing in support of your debut offering has been difficult due to this current pandemic, but can you share with us some of your favorite performances of the recent past, and have your future plans of upcoming shows been sidelined due to this coronavirus? I'm sure it definitely has, especially since I know a lot of bands have not been able to do any touring. A lot of touring has been canceled because of this. It's really like a state of war, but dealing with this virus. It's really a sad situation, but it's totally understandable that you can't be out there now. But could you tell us some of your highlights, maybe, of your favorite performances of the recent past?
Well, probably the biggest shows we played were together with Arch Enemy back in 2015, and with Sodom in December last year. Both shows took place at the Jutz Andernach. It's the venue where I talked about earlier, and both shows were sold out. So that was pretty sick feeling, sharing the stage with those musicians in front of a sold-out venue. For us, very huge opportunity, and we're glad to play with them.
That's excellent. And I noticed that you have a Open Air Festival, or it's called the Iron Fest Open Air 2020 Rock and Metal Festival. Now, are there plans for this going on, or has this been canceled?
Well, until now, we don't have further information. If it's cancelled or postponed, we still have to wait.
Okay, because we're at that point right now where it might be declining, this virus. I mean, they show that the death rate keeps going up, but these deaths are happening from the infected people that have got this for like a month. But I think the new people with viruses is diminishing from what I see. But like I said, the count keeps going up because of the recent past of the infected people.
Yeah.
So hopefully, it just changes where, yeah, I think we still have to wear gloves and we have to wear masks to be out there so we don't infect anybody else. But, so keep in touch with what you have going on in the near future, and I'll be more than happy to share it on the Facebook and spread the word. That's the least I could do.
Yeah, no, we as a band, we're pretty convinced that we don't play any shows in 2020. Well, maybe it could be in autumn this year at earliest, but
It makes sense.
For me, it's like there won't be any festivals or big shows later this year, unfortunately.
That is rather unfortunate, but totally understandable. And one of the most important things about doing these interviews are to educate the listeners, the fans of the band, to how they can get merch. So I want to spread the word about where you would say would be the best place for a fan of Secutor to find the CD as well as maybe other merch. And I have one link I want to share. It's, I guess, the shop link on your Facebook, facebook.com/PG/Secutor Koblenz/shop. That's Secutor, the band's name, KOBLENZ/shop. Would that be the best link for the fans to find Secutor merch?
You can do it this way, and we have our own Bandcamp page. It's translated secutor.bandcamp.com, and it's basically our main homepage when it comes to orders and distribution.
Okay, thank you for that. I appreciate that link. And what merch do you currently have available for your fans besides the CD?
Well, you can take a look at the homepage right now. It's I mentioned secutor.bandcamp.com. There are some shirts, CDs, and patches. We don't have vinyl left, I think, but we do even have wristbands, so perfect fitting for every metalhead, I think.
That's pretty cool. Thank you for letting us know about that. And let's talk about videos. I went to Secutor Thrash on YouTube, and I saw the lyric description video for your new song, Shapeshifter, and I noticed audio videos or audio clips for tunes from Axecutiöner. But does Secutor have plans on making any future music or lyric videos for the Axecutiöner release, or are they out there and I haven't seen them? Because sometimes that does happen.
I think we don't want to release some new lyric videos in the near future, because our album is available on Spotify, and when you want to listen to the whole album, you can go to Spotify or you can buy our album. That's probably the easiest way to get an input of our music. So I think there is no need to do another lyric video. We did it back then before the album was released to get the attention from the listeners.
I understand that, sure. But how about any musical videos besides what you have there? Any chances of that happening, or you're not going to be interested in that?
Yeah, it could be possible, but now kind of hard because of the whole situation in the world.
Yeah, exactly.
Doing together. But we're working on it. I think maybe in the next year.
Okay. Thank you for explaining that to us, and it's totally understandable again. And Fabio, would you like to talk about your guitar?
Oh, well, it's nothing special. I play some Jackson guitars, ESP guitars, Harley Benton guitars. Well, I don't use 20 affecting pedals or stuff like that. It's just my using Kettner Tube Master amp, me and my guitars, basically, and that's it. So not much into this pedal thing.
I understand. Oh, well, I appreciate you talking about your guitar anyway, and I want to know, is there anything that you would like to say to your fans that are tuning in around the world at this time?
Well, first of all, thanks to you, Dave, for the invitation. You know, this was my very first interview I ever did on a radio show in English, so I was kind of nervous before. I appreciate the stuff you do. You know, you do it from your very heart and with passion, and that's great support for bands like us. And thank you very much. And thanks to all the boys and girls that were interested in hearing and learning something about a German band called Secutor. And I hope you will give us a shot on Spotify. But most important, we hope you support the underground. You know, keep on buying merchandise, support the small bands and the venues in this very hard times. You know, they need you as much as you need them. So thanks for tuning in.
I agree with what you said there about the underground. We're all about the underground, and I'm excited to hear that this is your first interview in English, and that this has happened on my show quite often. And I have to tell you, you did a wonderful job, and you're welcome back on the show anytime. Anytime you have a new release and you need support to spread the word of Secutor's releases, you are more than welcome to come back anytime.
We will definitely come back to it when we have another release or so.
Excellent. That's great news. And
it was a nice experience.
Oh, I'm glad you enjoyed it. I enjoyed getting to know you better as well. I appreciate your time, and thank you for this great interview and the opportunity to learn more about Secutor. This is my first interview with Secutor. As I mentioned previously, I knew of Bobby Bald. He used to come into the chat room all the time back in the day, and that's why I wasn't sure that he was no longer in the band. But that being said, I best wishes to you and all in Secutor. And may you please stay healthy out there and have continued success. And hopefully you'll be able to do tours and do all that you want to do when this COVID-19 disappears. I know it's been very problematic for everybody in the world. As they say, we're all in this together, and it's really sucky. But keep the dream alive and keep doing what you do, and we'll be back here on Metal Meltdown to support it. Absolutely. So how about we go crank up some more Secutor with music off of Axecutiöner, and let's crank it up loud. Oh yeah.